Hello again everyone, I'm Sint, welcome back. It's no secret that Diablo IV has struggled for quite some time to find its footing in the ARPG space. Between features that its predecessor had that Diablo IV itself didn't, or a shallow and uninteresting crafting system, it's no shock that it released to such mixed reviews. Season 4, Reborn, however, the devs really aimed to fix some of the major flaws that the game had. How did they fare? Well, let's take a walk. Leveling itself has been massively sped up, to the point where in a few hours you can easily be doing the first capstone dungeon and starting to farm sacred gear in World Tier 3. Apart from the sheer speed of it, you also get a lot more legendary aspects and items given to you for free by doing the season journey, and all of them seem to work together to make a build, significantly jump-starting your character the moment you get them. Speaking of aspects, all of the aspects are now permanent rather than one-time use, and your codex will always save the highest roll you disassembled on the blacksmith, meaning if you get a max roll of an aspect, every time you imprint it on an item, it will be max rolled, and it never runs out. Crafting previously in Diablo IV was, in my opinion, non-existent, as being able to reroll a single mod on an item hardly qualifies as crafting. This season, however, we got a big change to items and the crafting system. Items themselves drop with 2 mods when they are rare, and 3 mods when unique, reducing the amount of RNG that is required to get a good item. On top of that, we also got introduced to 2 new mechanics, tempering and masterworking. Tempering is a mechanic that allows you to pick from a set of different affixes to randomly apply one of them to your item. Each item has a set number of tempering attempts, and at World Tier 4, most items get to have 2 of these mods. This new addition has made items far more interesting and far more enjoyable to craft, granting the player a level of agency over their own items that wasn't possible with iterations of crafting before. After tempering an item, it's possible to masterwork them. Masterworking will increase the affix values on the item by 5% each time you do it, and at set upgrade thresholds, we will pick one of the mods and increase it by 25%. You get to upgrade the item this way 12 times, and upgrade a random modifier by 25% 3 times. The great thing is that at any point you get to restart the masterworking process with no drawback other than the materials you have already invested into it. This is a great system, allowing you to chase the perfect item as long as you so desire, or if you rather, settle for something good with no risk of being unable to change your mind later on. Overall, these 2 systems have massively improved items and the way players interact with them, while also giving the devs a great foundation to add to in the future as long as they desire. In my opinion, these are one of the highlights of this season. Now, if you are going to be masterworking items, you need materials, and these come from the new endgame mechanic, the pit, aka rifts. The pit is the newest addition to the endgame, and plays exactly like rifts from Diablo 3. You unlock this by completing a level 45 Nightmare dungeon, and after that you can obtain the item necessary to start a pit run. In here, you will clear mobs to fill a bar until you get to confront the boss at the end. Rinse and repeat, very straightforward, and if you played Diablo 3, you'll understand how this works from the moment you start. Whenever you succeed on completing a run here, you will be given a chest with rewards. Among these rewards are the materials necessary to masterwork your items. It's a very fun system, and I think a lot of people were missing the feeling that rifts in D3 add that nightmare dungeons just weren't providing. I certainly, on a personal side, see this as a very welcome addition. It also intertwines well with the new crafting system, makes for an enjoyable loop of gameplay and combat / crafting for upgrades, and in my opinion, provides a lot to retain interest in the game itself. The final piece that has received some major changes this season are the Helltide events. Helltides have been changed to work very similar to the Season of Blood League mechanic. The density of monsters in these zones have been significantly increased, making them far more rewarding as well as challenging. On top of that, new season consumable has been introduced, allowing you to dictate the level of risk versus reward that you want to have by increasing the level of all enemies in the zone for you, but also boosting the items that they will drop. These new Helltides become particularly intense when a lot of players are together, increasing the number of rares that spawn by a significant amount. On top of all of that, there are also a lot of chests spread around that you can spend your cinders for, on upgrades or on boss materials, making it an all-around better experience than previously. Also, as an extra bonus, I find these to be a great source of experience and my recommended way of leveling new characters in this current season. As a sort of conclusion, I think Diablo IV Reborn is by far the best season that the game has ever had, improving the game at the baseline and fundamental level. And although it is much better, it is by no means a perfect game, and I don't want to fool people into thinking that. There are still things that require attention from the devs, things like the passive tree being a bit too basic and one-dimensional, and the open world serving entirely no point outside of Helltides. If you are someone that has only played on release or shortly after, I would seriously recommend coming back for this season, giving the game another go. It might come as a surprise with how much polish and change and smoothness some of the systems now have. If you have never played and are considering, I would say to you that the game has never been in a better spot. This season has given me hope that with a few more patches and attention, Diablo IV might be a serious competitor in the ARPG market. And as of right now, is a very fun and enjoyable game that, if you can, you should give it a try. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Help me out grow and keep making these videos for all of you. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.